I was raised in a family where everything was difficult when I went to school, and so didn't have a lot of resources, and so I had to work at least 2 jobs. And I was in my senior year at Chapel Hill when I met Debbie.
Marvin was working in the concession stand of the dorm where we were living in. It was a co-ed dorm, and one of my friends and I decided we'd go down and get something to eat or drink. And this little fella says, "Could you bring me something to eat?" And I'm like, "You're working in a concession stand. Why do you need something to eat?" So we went back to the elevator and I told her, I said, "I'm gonna take him something to eat. You just never know." We started dating and we got married that summer.
When we got married, we were both about as poor as you could get. We could put all our possessions in the trunk of a Volkswagen. I'm talking about a Beetle Volkswagen. The only place we could afford was way out in the country, and Swepsonville, and the place was so bad that we fell through the bed fell through the floor. Just a cheap place, so times were tough. But they were actually good times.
We have 3 children. We have 2 boys and a girl. And our mindset was we have to raise our children in church. They have to be in church. They have to know about Jesus and love Him. You know, so we always went to church.
I was heavily involved in my kids' activities. Coached a lot of their sports teams. You know, kids, they don't pay any attention to what you say, but they sure, you know, pay attention to what you do. And your time is your most important commodity. And so if you give them your time, you're giving them your most important thing you can give to them.
It's very interesting. We talked about parenting a lot. And you parent, and you turn around and you're old. And you're just like it just smacks you. You're old. So right before I retired, we both knew that I was facing multiple surgeries. And Marvin committed to, you know, to be there to help me. He has taken excellent care of me, above himself. He has cared for me through 2 knee surgeries and 3 foot surgeries.
Just as I cared for Debbie, she cared for me through 3 separate back surgeries. She was as faithful. I mean, I would have never made it without her. And I tell you, we just take turns. So hopefully now we're in a respite now. So hopefully we can enjoy a good year. Next month, Debbie and I will have been married for 51 years. And the way that we've been able to stay together for so long is by simply remembering that marriage is 100%, 100%, both ways. 50-50 marriages will never work. One more thing that's so important, a marriage is a bond. It's a covenant between you, your wife, or you and your husband and God. It's sacred, like Christ and the church. So what's between you and your wife should be between you two and nobody else. You don't need to get your children involved. You need to present a unified front with your children.
I would encourage women to pray a lot, to lift up their husband in prayer and their family. And it also helps, like Marvin has this tremendous sense of humor, and humor covers a whole lot in a marriage. It can just, you know, break a tense moment down and just, you know, just kind of wash over it.
Jesus makes all the difference, because I know that regardless of what happens to me, I win. I'm gonna be good no matter what happens. And I know that things don't matter. I know that people and relationships are the thing that's important, because one day all this is going to be gone.
Through Jesus, we learn how to care for others. And through His qualities, we can grow more like Him and love other people in a whole different realm of love that, you know, the world cannot understand, but we can love them in that way. And I think that's why Jesus makes all the difference.